Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Now, markets have tumbled for a second day after President Trump threatened to impose more tariffs on Chinese goods worth $200 billion. In response, Beijing has accused the United States of blackmail and warned it would take comprehensive measures, and that could affect major US companies operating inside China and the global economy. Our international editor, Lindsay Hilsum, has this report.
Trade wars are good and easy to win, he once said. Today, he was railing against the US's closest trading partners, Canada and Mexico.
Now, we have to change our ways. We can no longer be the stupid country. We want to be the smart country.
And the Chinese are furious at Trump's plan to punish them more. Bourbon from Kentucky, flour from the plains of the Midwest, oranges from Florida. China has already put retaliatory tariffs on some US imports. Now they're accusing the US of blackmail after the administration threatened tariffs on another $200 billion worth of Chinese imports.
The comments from the US side invert right and wrong and are a warrantless criticism of China. Their aim is to conceal their unilateral protectionist methods. The US has ignored the recent agreement that the two sides had reached. Again and again, the US has been provoking a trade war.
Minus, minus, minus. In Shanghai, stocks tumbled, and there were losses in Europe too. Neither China nor the US will blink first, and the rest of the world is getting worried. A conference on relations between the UK and China at the Guildhall today. The room dates from the 15th century. Trade between the two countries goes back to the 16th. But history is no guarantee in this new era of protectionism.
What it is really doing is America's policy is pushing China closer to other countries, closer to European countries, and I'm not sure that in the long run that would be good for the US.
China is always promoting the globalization and the free trade. So you see, well, of course, China, it's, I would say, we are obliged to respond to such kind of actions or sanctions.
The threat to the global economy is significant if other countries start putting up barriers. And of course, it's not just US tariffs on China, it's US tariffs on European goods, on Canadian, Mexican. So it's already more than just the UK-China. I'm very much focused on the opportunities for British businesses in China.
While a US retreat from China might make way for others, a global slowdown would be bad news all round. The business people inside the Guildhall are focusing on trade between the UK and China. The British see huge opportunity in continued Chinese growth. But if the trade war between the US and China escalates, that could slow Chinese growth down, and that could have an impact on the global economy. That means America too. North Dakota is booming because of fracking. Oil exports to China have sharply increased. But the Chinese are now threatening a 25% tariff on US oil, gas and coal. Anyway, they say, they can get their energy from Iran, which has the added benefit of undercutting US sanctions there. Today, President Xi was meeting President Trump's new best friend, Kim Jong-un. The danger of a real war between the US and North Korea has receded after last week's Singapore summit. But a trade war is still a war. It starts with tariffs and taxes, and it ends with unintended consequences and innocent victims.